party is full as disciples of the black and yellow brand vociferously chant NXT. Spring has sprung into summer, and just like the seasons have changed, so too is the power source atop the NXT Tag Team division.
Well, that's right, Morrow. We were there in England at the Royal Albert Hall, where the home field team of Tyler Bates and Trent Seven defeated the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Undisputed ERA. And fresh off that victory, Moustache Mountain makes their return to NXT in action tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the NXT Champion, Aleister Black.
The NXT Tag Team titles may have changed hands, but the NXT Champion remains the Dutch Destroyer, Aleister Black.
Man, in Chicago, we seen the champ absolutely go to war with the freak, Lars Sullivan. That's the true hallmark of a champion, because that was an uphill battle, man. That was epic. But this man still stands on top and remains NXT champion.
And Nigel, Black's momentum continued over in London at Royal Albert Hall.
Absolutely, Black was there, did not defend the title, but he stepped up and proved it is going to be very hard to beat this man.
And that's where we got our first taste of Aleister Black, was at the first United Kingdom Championship Tournament in 2017 at Royal Albert Hall. He was involved in a first ever NXT Tag Team match between Black and Ricochet against EC3 and the Velveteen Dream.
Adversity and how you deal with adversity is what defines you as a champion. Now, the name of adversity at NXT TakeOver Chicago was Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan did something that I did not think was humanly possible. He truly is a freak of nature. But then faced with that adversity, I made it fade to black.
It's the scourge of NXT.
I'm going to say,
The Sicilian psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa.
You stood face to face with adversity. Now, it's time you stand face to face with the devil. Aleister, man, I see right through you. You can dress it up with all the smoke and the mirrors and the candlelights, but I just don't buy it. Nah. Don't get me wrong, man. You are the NXT champion. And there's an old saying that the title doesn't make the man makes the title. But in your case, I beg to differ. In your case, I feel like the title does indeed make Aleister Black. Look no further than TakeOver Chicago. You barely got by Lars Sullivan. And on that same night, in the main event, I beat Johnny freaking Wrestling. And here's the best part. Not only did I beat him with my damn hands tied behind my back. And now that the Gargano fairy tale is behind me, all the personal crap goes away, and I focus on business. I focus on that shiny little title of yours, because Aleister Black, you have something that I want.
Wow, you really, really like the sound of your own voice, don't you? Well, if Mr. Regal decides to make this match happen, then you will realize that just like everyone else before you, I will kick your life
Aleister! Boy, you be careful what you say. There's a certain mystique that comes along with Aleister Black. And something you need to understand is when I do step in that ring with you, and when I do beat you, you lose a lot more than just that title. That mystique of yours, just like all them fancy little candles, gone. All I need is one opportunity, one title match, one moment. And in that moment, your title reign will fade to black.
Tommaso Ciampa already employing mind games as it pertains to the NXT Champion, Aleister Black.
Well, it's incredible, Tommaso Ciampa making his intentions clear. And fellas, given what Ciampa did at TakeOver Chicago, if William Regal makes that match, Aleister Black is no doubt in store for another incredible match.
Ciampa's made it clear that the Gargano fairy tale is over. Is the Aleister Black nightmare just beginning? Well, Aleister Black survived adversity in the forms of Lars Sullivan at TakeOver, but Percy Lars Sullivan, he fought more than half of the match with a broken jaw.
That was the toughest exhibition I have ever seen. You're talking about determination. Even with a broken jaw, the Freak still found a way to power through and almost took the title off of Aleister Black. But again, that's the sign of a champion, finding a way to fight through adversity and still being able to stand tall.
Well, talking of broken jaws, Percy, Candice LeRae had better be careful she's not on the receiving end of one when she faces her opponent tonight. Because Lacey Evans has been cracking opponents with her woman's right punch consistently. And the lady of NXT could land it again when she faces LeRae one-on-one tonight.
I got a lot of making up to do, and I will.
Every human being is flawed, makes mistakes.
And just say, hey man, you got this. Just don't do it again. Don't do it again.
No, I won't back down.
Their goal of a lifetime was to make it in WWE. My gosh, the success they've had, astonishing.
The audience was reacting, and we knew we could take it even further.
The work, the schedule, it consumed me.
I was in just such a crazy state. I was out of control.
Face down, handcuffed. I thought my life was over.
I remember just saying, Matt, the way this is going to end is you dying.
No, I won't back down.
Whenever you start writing a story and then it pays off.
The Hardy Boys are here!
That's the magic of this industry.
After 25 years and still able to be on top, not many people can say that they've done that.
Just own what you've done and live this life because you only get one.
WWE 24 The Hardys, Woken. Stream anytime on demand. Only on WWE Network.
Welcome back to Full Sail University, and tonight, NXT TV is powered by TapOut, available at Aeropostale and tapout.com. Right now, we want to take you back to earlier today when reporters had a chance to catch up with Vanessa Borne outside of Full Sail Live.
I'm not too worried about it because I know eventually I'm going to be the NXT Women's Champion.
Vanessa, could you tell us whether...
No. You know what? I have a question for every single one of you. Can any of you tell me why Kyrie dresses like a pirate? Anyone? No, you can't, because it's stupid. And what's even worse than her dressing like a pirate is all of you adore and admire her for it. I just don't get it. You should be admiring someone like me, Vanessa Borne. I mean, look at me. I'm a vision. So I'm gonna take Kyrie into that ring and I'm gonna make sure she doesn't walk out. And then the only person who's gonna be on the posters, who's gonna be on the t-shirt, who's gonna be selling all of my goodies is me, Vanessa Borne.
Well, personally, I think both are worthy of admiration. Maybe the fantasy matchup of Sane versus Borne could become a reality.
Well, someone who wants everyone to, well, be at his beck and call. He feels he's worthy of the finest things in life. Kona Reeves.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing in at 240 pounds, Kona Reeves.
Kona Reeves has spent some time in Hawaii hanging out, training with the WWE Hall of Famer, Magnificent Morocco, and he gave Kona a lot of advice on how to succeed and be great in this industry. He's been working on his body, trying to get it tight. You see, he got a little tan. It wasn't all work. He had a little fun, too.
Also a former protege of WWE Hall of Famer Appa the Wild Samoan. Insists that he is NXT's finest because he knows he is the finest in every aspect, Nigel.
Absolutely, the finest style, the finest physique, but thus far does not have the finest win-loss record.
Looked impressive since returning to NXT, putting together an impressive winning streak.
Oh, he's got a couple more chains. You see him? Fancy, he want that Ric Flair drip. Ain't nothing wrong with spending a little money if you got it.
Well, he certainly looks more confident.
It will be the finest, Kona Reeves, squaring off with Humberto.
Look at the size of Reeves, a good 6'4", 6'5". Let's look a little tighter, a little leaner. Sean Morocco gave him some great advice about the gym. Don Morocco, one of the best physiques in the history of sports entertainment.
Reeves told WWE.com that he doesn't care what people think about him because those people aren't on his level. He doesn't believe Max Humberto's on his level. Arm dragged by Reeves.
You gotta have that confidence, though. You gotta have that swag. You gotta believe in yourself to that level, because if you don't, your opponents won't think anything of you.
Reeves says the reason he's so vocal in his matches, he wants his opponent to know that when they step into the ring with the finest, they need to know who runs the ring, and right now Reeves is definitely running this town tonight against Max Humberto.
Great technical series of moves to end up with a size headlock.
Oh, it's funny too, every time I see Kona Reeves, he's always stopping me and telling me, just watch, just watch. I'm anxious to see what that means for him.
Snapmare off the ropes by Reeves on Humberto. Well-placed boot to the midsection by the finest Reeves, and he dispatches Humberto like yesterday's garbage and rolls out to the ring to continue to mete out punishment.
This is definitely a more aggressive Reeves than I've seen in a long time.
He wants that respect. He wants his name up in lights.
Reeves manhandling Humberto in the corner. Has until a count of 5 to stop the attack.
Look at you. What do you say? Look at me.
Ultra aggressive Kona Reeves. Butterfly suplex out of the corner. Reeves going all the way to the second turnbuckle. Reverse diving elbow out of the $1 Million Man. And, well, Reeves feels he's going to earn millions upon millions of dollars because he is NXT's finest.
Just grinding the face of Humberto into the mat.
But look at the patience, though. That's one thing I've noticed that's growing in his game. He's taking his time, being patient, picking his spots and his moments.
Oh, and Humberto valiantly trying to get back into this match with a series of right hands. Ducks underneath the back elbow of Reeves, but then runs right into that big boot of Kona Reeves. Up in the fireman's carry. Hawaiian drop on Humberto. And Kona Reeves look pretty fine tonight.
Here's your winner, Kona Reeves.
Well, that is perhaps the most impressive victory I've seen for Kona Reeves since his return here in NXT. Give this man more opportunities, I say.
Speaking of opportunities, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven made the most of theirs at a raucous Royal Albert Hall in London, where the dynamic duo downed Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong to capture the NXT Tag Team titles.
Well, guys, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven has shocked the system to its very core. And the men of Moustache Mountain are in action tonight.
Explain WWE Extreme Rules in 30 seconds. No problem.
So, like,
I'm thinking.
Crash! Ah!
I'm searching for the word.
And then you got the...
Has it been 30 seconds yet?
WWE Extreme Rules. There is no explanation, and there are no rules.
Time for action in the NXT Women's Division.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Anaheim, California, Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae has had to endure the emotional tumult of her husband Johnny Gargano's never-ending rivalry with Tommaso Ciampa, but Percy, she has her own hopes and aspirations as an NXT superstar.
Oh, without a doubt. You can see the smile on Candice LeRae's face. She's been inspired by her husband to move forward, to do big things here at NXT.
And her opponent from Paris Island, South Carolina, Lacey Evans.
Nigel Lacey Evans has been acting more like a real housewife than the lady of NXT lately. Would you care to elucidate?
Well, here is a woman who has all the style and all the finesse you could possibly want in a lady. But what she's also got, Morrow, is a woman's right, the woman's right, that can knock out any of her opponents.
Well, according to Lacey Evans, Nigel, man, she wants to tidy the place up a little bit. Keep it clean and classy around here.
Get rid of some of the fluff.
Evans looking to get back on the winning track after tasting defeat at the hands of one of her bitter rivals, Kairi Sane, but now focused on Candice LeRae in a pivotal matchup here in the NXT Women's Division.
LeRae giving up a little size, 3 to 4 inches, I would say, but obviously has a big experience advantage.
LeRae made a big splash in her NXT debut, defeating Zelina Vega.
Oh,
but there she just ate a shoulder tackle from Lacey Evans.
Oh, yeah.
What a power display from Lacey Evans. And again, Candice LeRae has had to deal with so much in her personal life with her husband, Johnny Gargano, that at times you can't blame her for. Oh, Evans going for the cover. She has looked distracted. Remember her match against Bianca Belair where she was not 100% there emotionally. Nice arm drag by LeRae. And another arm drag. And a Japanese arm drag to boot for Candice LeRae.
Candice got a mind right tonight. Hold on, looking for a cover.
LeRae with the back press, hooks a leg, Evans kicks out.
I was going to say, Morrow, you know, give her the benefit of the doubt. LeRae looks certainly focused.
And she fires. Evans fires LeRae into the corner, tip up. Oh, and Evans. Handful of hair, referee calling for the break, and then Evans attempting to break LeRae's arm with that kick.
She's not done yet.
No.
Oh! Evans wrapping the left arm of Candice LeRae around the ring post. Goes for the cover, shoulders are down, and somehow LeRae escapes.
Evans showing what a real lady is like. She can be as vicious and aggressive as the men.
Lacey Evans showing that she can be as nasty as she wants to be. Taking the fight to Candice LeRae, working on that left arm wringer, another boot. And Evans doing a estimable job of focusing her attack, Percy.
That's a smart thing to do. Once she's found a weakness, she can exploit that arm and continue to attack and hopefully pick up a victory because of it.
Oh, quick roll up here by Candice LeRae, shoulders down for a 2 count. And again, Evans. Oh, man! Wrenching that arm down to the mat with authority, the shoulder almost popping out on impact.
Great strategy.
Candice is in trouble. If she can't utilize that left arm, she cannot effectively use all of her offense.
Candice LeRae not one to make excuses, and she needs to focus on the task at hand, but one has to wonder the toll that watching her husband against Tommaso Ciampa is taken. Lacey Evans looking to exploit the advantage in the corner. The referee almost hit the count of 5, which would have made it a disqualification.
All right, stop trying to give Candice LeRae an excuse if she loses.
I'm not giving her an excuse. I'm just saying Evans goes for the cover and gets a 2 count.
Evans is doing a fantastic job in this match.
I completely agree, but you can't forget about all that Candice LeRae has been through, man. It's been a tough year, not just for her, but for Gargano.
She better forget about it, and forget about it soon, otherwise this match will be over.
Evans with the Cobra clutch, the former Marine, of course, taking a page out of Sergeant Slaughter's playbook, and NXT Universe rallying behind LeRae.
Look at Evans' hand on the mouth, making it difficult to breathe. This woman just gets better week by week.
She has modified it indeed, Nigel. Much like her husband, Johnny Gargano, there is no quit in Candice LeRae. LeRae escapes the clutches of Evans. Meets her with a sharp back elbow. Snapmare takeover. Rolling neck snap by LeRae.
She's got a lot of damage in that left arm, but she's still finding a way to get it done.
Oh, and LeRae continues to go on the attack.
She's unable to go on the attack by the looks of things, Morrow. Look at that. Clutching at the injured left shoulder.
Both superstars showing the rigors of what has been a battle of attrition here with Lacey Evans dominating the left arm, but hey, Candice LeRae still has a right arm, and she's using it to maximum effect, Percy.
Oh my goodness, check out those chops. She doesn't need both hands. That one right works just fine.
Hey, Lacey Evans may have the woman's right, but LeRae has one hell of a right hand as well.
She's certainly turned things back in her favor, but she needs to end this quickly.
Oh,
that
might be it right here.
Evans face first, hard to the canvas. LeRae back up on her feet.
It looks like she doesn't know what to do though. Could have attempted a pinfall there, but instead, oh no. Oh, beautiful.
Vertebreaker by Candice LeRae.
Whoa!
Oh, what a cabrada! One height achieved on the cabrada, and what a victory for Candice LeRae!
Here's your winner, Candice LeRae.
Lacey Evans may have clipped one wing, but Candice LeRae still flew high to victory tonight.
Candice LeRae making me eat my words. Let's take a look at how this match went down if we can. It would be Lacey Evans who would take the advantage early on, injuring the left shoulder of LeRae.
Candice found a way to try to turn things around, planting Lacey Evans face first into the mat.
She would follow up with this beautiful wham drop from behind. And for a second it looked like she didn't know what she was doing. She did. She hit that. Beautiful. Moonsault Cabrada off the middle was enough to secure a victory.
Candice may not have the NXT Women's Championship around her waist, but this woman has the heart of a champion.
Considering what her family has been through, what a huge sigh of relief for Candice LeRae. What a victory here on NXT.
Johnny, I saw you watching your wife Candice LeRae's match, and you've got to be happy about that victory. Of course, we are only a few weeks removed from NXT TakeOver Chicago, so how are you recovering?
Candice LeRae is my favorite wrestler. But it's a little hard to focus. I just keep replaying Chicago over and over again. And I actually sat down and I watched it. And to actually see Tommaso rip the wedding ring from my finger, spin on it, and then throw it in the crowd, and then win. He doesn't get to win. This is far from over. The way I see it, I've beaten him once, and he's beaten me once. I'm gonna go talk to Mr. Regal, and I'm gonna make sure we do this thing one more time. I don't care if it's next week. I don't care if it's in Brooklyn. I don't care if it's in the streets. I don't care if it's in the freaking grocery store. This ends when he does.
Well, it is crystal clear that Johnny Gargano's emotionally charged rivalry with Tommaso Ciampa is far from over. However, the Undisputed Era's first NXT Tag Team title reign is over, courtesy of Moustache Mountain. You'll see Tyler Bate and Trent Seven enter Full Sail Live with their newly acquired hardware next.
I'm not getting cold, Tucky. I want Miller. I want Thorne. The mighty, they stole from us. They stole from you. They stole from me and my new family don'ts. What do we do to people who steal? They start it, we end it. Mighty, we're coming! Little bro, no more fun and games.
Just moments ago, General Manager William Regal tweeted the following, saying Johnny Gargano needs to move on from Tommaso Ciampa. So next week, he'll be facing someone who demands the main event spotlight, the top 1%, EC3.
Congratulations on your victory, and considering how focused you are on your career, how hard has it been considering everything that's going on with your husband, Johnny Gargano?
I mean, it's distracting a little bit, but I've learned from the past. I mean, I made the mistake before of letting everything going on in his life distract me from my dream. And you know what, like, I just had to reevaluate everything. And while, yes, I'm concerned for him mentally and physically, it's my time to worry about me and focus on my future and my goal. I mean, really, his passion and his drive for going after what he wants has inspired me, and it's not going to stop me. Nothing's going to stop me from going after the NXT Women's Championship.
Candice LeRae has her sights set on an NXT Championship. And speaking of champions, it's the new NXT Tag Team title holders. Moustache Mountain is in the building.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring, they are the new NXT Tag Team Champions, Trent Seven, Tyler Bate, Moustache Mountain.
And what a match! Mauro, you and I were there, one of the most prestigious venues in the whole of the United Kingdom. Moustache Mountain, of course, having the home field advantage, but they certainly made it count, toppling the Undisputed Era and returning or keeping NXT Tag Team titles in the UK.
British Strong Style defeated Undisputed Era in a six-man tag team thriller at Royal Albert Hall when Tyler Bate pinned Kyle O'Reilly in what was a pitched battle the next night. Bate and Seven, a.k.a. Moustache Mountain, well, they made it to the top of the NXT Tag Team Mountain, usurping O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
And their opponents, Dave Dixon and Carl Axelrod.
Wait a minute! Undisputed Era ambushing Moustache Mountain's opponents.
Well, I was going to say that the Era can't be happy about losing the titles.
Why take it out on these guys?
Why not? They're going to take it out on whoever they want.
Undisputed Era eviscerating the scheduled opponents for Trent Seven and Tyler Bate.
What happened against you guys at Royal Albert Hall was a fluke! A scam! The only reason you guys performed so far above your level was because you were held up by your entire dumpy country.
Phonies! You guys are phonies! Those titles are ours. And matter of fact, since none of your fellow UK dorks are here to hold you up, we're not gonna waste any time.
We are gonna make sure that when you two get on a plane back to the UK that you leave without your pride, and you definitely leave without the NXT Tag Team Championships. Because this is our era and you two are just living in it.
Undisputed Era surrounding Moustache Mountain like a pack of wolves.
Hold on.
Wait a second.
Ricochet is here to even the odds. The one and only Ricochet not going to allow Undisputed Era to get away with their sinister shenanigans.
Coming in hot tonight. Fast cars and the big bright lights. Ain't nobody cool like me. Clap your hands and stomp your feet.
During the break, NXT General Manager William Regal officially made this a six-man tag team match. It's the Undisputed Era against Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, and Ricochet.
Of course, the Era now will have an opportunity to enact what they said they were going to do beforehand, but it's 3-on-3.
And remember, O'Reilly seeking revenge against Tyler Bate, who pinned him in a 6-man tag team match over at Royal Albert Hall in the UK when Bate and Seven teamed with Pete Dunne, collectively known as British Strong Style. And there's the high flyer, Tyler Bate.
Great start for Bate.
At 21, Bate, the youngest NXT Tag Team Champion, in comes his mentor's original trainer, Trent Seven. Together they form an incredible bond. They are more than just friends. And they are currently the NXT Tag Team Champions. The legal man is Ricochet.
Great chemistry between these three.
Quick tag made, in comes the Dawn. Trent Seven moving on up like his hometown Wolverhampton in the Premier League. Looking for the 7 Stars Lariat. Well scouted by O'Reilly. Tag is made, in comes the perfidious mouthpiece of the Undisputed Era, the NXT North American Champion, Adam Cole.
Oh! Like the crack of a whip. Wham! There we go again.
Strike into the DDT! Shoulders down, and Cole able to slip out at 2. A tenacious start by Trent Seven, Tyler Bate, and a Ricochet.
Doing the right thing, dragging his opponent to the corner. In comes Bate.
Oh, and Cole
well
doing a good
Adam
job
Cole.
of staving off the attack of Moustache Mountain.
There was a tag, I think.
Tag was made, and in comes Roderick Strong right into a big scoop and a slam.
Oh, what we got here, fellas?
Moustache Mountain, tandem offense. Senton by Seven. Tag made, in comes Ricochet.
The referee.
One more.
Liberal use of the 5 count.
Tandem offense. Assist on the moonsault that results in a 2 count. Ricochet and Strong, the 2 legal superstars.
What a hell of a team between Ricochet, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven.
It has been a great start for this trio.
Oh, and Strong with a counter knee, clubbing forearm, turning the tables in this matchup.
Oh, shoot.
The feint and the sucker punch by Bate. Oh, and one for Adam Cole. Good evasive action, and what a left hand by Tyler Bate.
Rumble, young man, rumble. I gotta say, I'm shocked that Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, and Ricochet are winning the speed game.
Well, thus far it's, I spoke too soon. Half Nelson slam by Roderick Strong on Bate. Adam Cole now. Oh, putting the boots to Bate.
And the Undisputed Era showing there why they are really the best team here in NXT.
Cole, the silver lining in what was a dark cloud over in the UK for the Undisputed Era.
Hold on.
As he successfully defended the North American Championship against Wolfgang.
I think in order to be the best tag team, you need to have the tag team titles. The Era does not have that.
I meant the best team in general, and it's only a matter of time, certainly in their mind, before they hold those tag titles again.
Bate stuck in the wrong zip code. Undisputed Era beating down Tyler Bate, the inaugural WWE United Kingdom champion. Strong holds a victory over Tyler Bate in singles competition.
See Era backstage earlier today, you can tell how furious those guys were that they no longer have the NXT Tag Team Championships in their possession. They want to make Trent Seven, Tyler Bate, and Ricochet suffer now.
Certainly making Bate suffer now. Half straight jacket.
Nice reversal by Bate. Even better drop kick by Roderick Strong. Strong goes for the side press, hooks a leg, and Bate powers out at 2. And Strong. Tag was made by Adam Cole, and now the Undisputed Era showing why they are so formidable, despite the fact that the NXT Tag Team titles currently reside with Moustache Mountain. Snap suplex, float over into the cover by Cole.
Cole keeping hold, You see the way he turned Bate there, the way he put his body between Bate and Bate's partners in the corner.
Give it up, Tyler.
That's not an accident.
Give it up.
NXT Universe showcasing its approbation for this six-man tag team match. Willing, Bate back to his feet, and Bate with a headbutt. Oh! And Cole just leveled one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. There's that high ring IQ, the ring presence of Adam Cole.
The era are certainly ticked off tonight.
And they're showing it.
Has not even had an opportunity to get to his side of the ring to even potentially tag his teammate.
And look at the positioning of Kyle O'Reilly's body.
That's
keeping himself between Bate and Bate's partners, and now fish hooking Tyler Bate.
Insulting as well. Oh, guillotine. Look at that. Yeah.
Crisp tag team. Worked by the Undisputed Era. Roderick Strong showcasing his strength. Shoulder breaker on Bate. Crossface cover for a 2.
Man, I thought the Era were aggressive when they were the tag champions. This is incredible.
Taking out their frustration, taking out their anger. The fact that they returned to North America without their prized NXT Tag Team Championships.
The Era have the home field advantage now.
The medal of Tyler Bate being tested.
Oh, yes, Roderick.
Capitalize.
Countered knee strike and an opportunity for Bate to make a tag. Not so fast. Exploder suplex by the Herculean strength of Tyler Bate. That window of opportunity has been opened a crack.
Question is, can he make it over there in time? There he got it.
Makes a tag to O'Reilly. In comes Ricochet.
And Ricochet is fresh.
So fresh and so clean with a sublime offense.
This is the last man you want running free in the ring.
Ricochet! Taking care of the Undisputed Era as only the one and only can do.
Look at the pace of Ricochet.
Seamless offense.
Tiger feint kick. Ricochet looking to pounce on O'Reilly like a puma. Goes for the cover back press. O'Reilly manages to escape. What an onslaught by Ricochet.
Thinking about a tag perhaps, decided against it. Guillotine, a great escape. And another
light suplex with a bridge. Oh, look at O'Reilly's counter body scissors.
Beautiful.
Into the guillotine. Ricochet in trouble.
He certainly is, but he's got the leg strength.
Wow. The power of Ricochet. The Kyle O'Reilly's wrapped around him like an anaconda.
What great ring presence. He knew where he was in the ring, Ricochet, to get over and make the tag.
Fortuitous development for Ricochet. Tag made Trent Seven employing the full Nelson. Oh, what a forearm smash by O'Reilly.
Spinning back fist.
Covered by Seven. And O'Reilly escapes again. Wow.
Michinoku side slam. Incredible.
Hold on, Trent Seven had something in mind.
Seven looking.
Whoa! He was singling over to Tyler Bate, but he just got pulled off the apron.
That's the sign of a great team, boys. I told you.
Two tremendous teams going at it in this six-man tag. Roundhouse kick to the thigh by O'Reilly. That left leg of Trent Seven.
Oh,
the brace, a target.
This is a decimation.
Roshi by Adam Cole on Trent Seven. Oh, what a penalty kick by O'Reilly. The cover. Ricochet and Bate in to save the day.
Was breaking down inside and outside of the ring.
Reaction fast and furious. Adam Cole, the legal man. Trent Seven trying to Recalibrate.
7, fatigue.
Cole just exposed his right knee.
Whoa! A lariat by Trent Seven.
That was out of complete desperation. He felt Adam Cole was coming. He just let it rip.
But there was damage done to the shoulder earlier in the match. And that's why Trent Seven wasn't able to follow up after hitting that
Seven,
beautiful
the
lariat.
oldest of the 3 competitors on his team, making the tag to Ricochet. Fireman's carry on Cole. The driver gets a 2 count. Oh, high knee strike by Roderick Strong. Rolling combo kick by big referee. Trying to maintain law and order. Axe kick and the forearm smash by O'Reilly. High octane 6-man tag team affair.
This is incredible physicality. Cole and Ricochet, the remaining men in the ring, both legal.
O'Reilly and Bates slugging it out on the apron. Strong and Seven doing the same on the other side, but the 2 legal men are Ricochet and Adam Cole. The personal enmity, the sense of competition, producing another barn burner here on NXT. Oh, and Ricochet turning Cole inside out with that clothesline.
Oh, look at that! Wow!
Ricochet escapes the high-low. What athleticism! Ricochet blocks the super kick, front kick to Cole.
Ricochet cleaning house.
Flatliner by Ricochet.
Listen to this place. Ricochet is operating on a whole nother level right now.
The one and only on the top turnbuckle. 630 connects on Adam Cole. Back press.
Again, the benefit of having your team member there when you need him.
Ricochet has this thing won.
Enjoying the luck of the Irish in the form of Kyle O'Reilly, who just got wiped out by Ricochet. Oh no! Oh! Back first on the apron goes Ricochet. Thanks to Roderick Strong. Cole covers with one arm and the Undisputed Era prevails.
Your winners, the Undisputed Era.
Fellas, I hate to say I told you so. Who's the best team in NXT now?
Roderick Strong using a modified form of the end of Heartache. Using the apron to his advantage. It leads to Heartache for Ricochet, Tyler Bates, and Trent Seven.
That was an absolute shame. Ricochet had this thing on. Look at this. Let's take a look at how this all went down. Ricochet going for the 630. Not only that, he nails it. Full impact. Look at the precision. Spot on.
Well, he certainly nailed it, but unfortunately, he hooked the wrong leg because at the end of his other leg, Kyle O'Reilly saving the match for his team.
Ricochet couldn't believe it. He goes to attack Kyle O'Reilly. That's what he gets for putting the stones where it doesn't belong. But Roderick Strong taking Ricochet to the back on the apron, leaving a clear opening, an easy pin, an easy victory right here for Undisputed Era.
The Undisputed Era getting a modicum of revenge against Moustache Mountain as Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong record a big victory here this week.